Mm.
Greetings, everyone. This is another week of Word of Mouth, mental health, focus on relationships, families, friendship, career advice, etc., and so forth. This week will be somewhat of an interesting one, but we're going to get back on topic. It's going to be focused on, accountability or reciprocating what you require. So I'm going back to reading posts that I see off the internet for now. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. But let's move forward. Poison that kills men, a must read. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl got tired of her marriage life and wanted to murder her spouse. One morning, she ran to her mother and said to her mother, "I am tired of my husband. I can no longer support his nonsense. I want to kill him, but I'm afraid law of the land will hold me responsible. Can you please help me, mother?" The mother answered, "Yes, my daughter, I can help you, but there's a little task attached." The daughter asked, "What task?" "I'm willing and ready to assume any task attached in order to get him out." "Okay," said the mother, "you will have to make peace with him so that no one will suspect you when he is dead. You have to beautify yourself in order to look young and attractive to him. You have to take good care of him and be very nice and appreciative to him. You have to be patient, loving, and less jealous. Have more listening ears, be more respectful and obedient. Spend your money for him and don't get angry even when he refuses to give you money or whatever. Don't raise your voice but encourage peace and love so that you will never suspect when he must have died." "Can you do all that?" asked the mother. "Yes, I can," she replied. "Okay," said the mother. "Take this powder, pour a bit in his everyday meal. It will slowly kill him." After 30 days, the lady came back to her mother and said, "Mother, I have no intention of killing my husband again. As of now, I have grown to love him because he has completely changed. He is now a very sweet husband than I can ever imagined. What can I do to stop the poison from killing him? Please help me, mother," she pleaded in a sorrowful tone. The mother answered, "Do not worry, my daughter. What I gave you the other day was just turmeric powder. It will never kill him. In reality, you were the poison that was killing your husband in tension and dissipation. It was when you started loving, honoring, and cherishing him that you saw him change to his nice and sweet husband. Men are not really wicked, but our way of relating with them determines their responses and feeling towards us. Women, if you can only show respect, dedication, love, and care and commitment to your husband, he will 100% be there for you." Now, let me start by saying this. This ain't all men that'll work on. It just isn't. Some men really are chauvinists. They don't really value women. They don't like women. They don't respect women. It's just how they feel about women for whatever reason or another. It could be taught behavior. It could be trauma. It could be a lot of different reasons. But on the other hand, there are men who respond to that. When you're dealing with a man, any kind of man, even hell, any kind of person, you have to be able to reciprocate what you require. You cannot ask more of someone than you are willing to do yourself. If you're not willing to jump off the moon for somebody, you can't ask somebody to jump off the moon for you. If you're not willing to stay up late for them and help them with their dreams or whatsoever, then you're asking things that you're just not capable of doing, or you just don't want to do for that person, and maybe it's time to move on. And that's a real issue in today's society, especially in America. A lot of people, I'm not going to just put this on women or any type of particular woman, a lot of people feel entitled to the time, energy, and effort of their partner, regardless of what they got going on personally. A lot of people don't even know what the partner got on personally because they don't care to ask. It's all about them. A very selfish, self-absorbed habit. To be very considerate to your partner shows a lot of character, maturity, and respect towards them. Just give a couple examples of past relationships I've been in. I say about 3 or 4 women have asked me for jewelry in a relationship, and I never gave it to them. And they probably wonder why I didn't buy them jewelry or feel like, I deserve it or whatever they may have felt in that regard. But out of the 4 women, 3 of them couldn't really remember my birthday. 2 of them never bought me anything. 1 bought me something, and it was from Wish. Now, don't get me wrong, Wish is a great website for certain things, little trinkets here and there things, like maybe if you collect collector's items, you can find some stuff cheaper. But she tried to buy me this high brand watch off of Wish. Now, the value in the gift isn't everything, but come on. If somebody bought you something that is supposed to be of high price off of a website and giving high quality things for the most part, it kind of just lets you know where you stand with that person. And then one young lady, she did buy me, suitable gifts or gifts that like, okay, that's cool. Even when, no, she didn't have much and was struggling at the time, and I appreciate her for that. Shout out to her. But it's just the level of, these were the same women who thought they deserved jewelry. Part of, the word of mouth brand is hats. We have merchandise. Hats are anywhere from $25 to $30, including shipping and handling. I don't have any rare hats or anything like that. Young lady would not buy a $20 hat, but felt as if she deserved jewelry. Now, any quality piece of jewelry I'm going to buy, or I think most men would buy, is at least $300 on up, maybe a little less, depending on your pockets. But they're going to buy something of high quality, something that can last. Now, why would I buy jewelry for somebody who can't spend $20 on a hat? Everybody else could, but you're supposed to be my partner, my equal, but you won't do that. So when you ask for these things for people, just make sure you understand what you're asking for. My wife said, her mother said this to her, you're pointing out everything else your, at the time, ex-husband was doing wrong. What have you done to ruin this relationship? What have you done to make it better? What have you done to make it worse? And you got to look within before you start looking at other people and what they're doing wrong. All right, the next post. Men don't leave good women. Every woman just thinks they're a good person. Laughing my ass off. Women can be narcissistic as hell. They always be like, I'm toxic trait is I have a big heart. No, your toxic trait is you're a narcissist who thinks the worst thing about them is something positive. I hate to break it to you, but every woman on earth is not a dope person. A big chunk of you all are terrible. And there's truth in that. And this is just in general. This is not all y'all fault. I've put this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. A lot of it has to do with upbringing. A lot of you have been raped, molested as children. Your mothers didn't treat you well. You've had men lie to you about how great of a person you are just to have sex. But after a certain age, you have to take accountability for who you are as a person. Whether it be going to therapy, if it's just being by yourself, if it's reading, however you decide to do it, that needs to be done. Because this big heart, I guess, excuse or delusion some of you had, yeah, you probably have a big heart and you probably are a great person, but just because you're great as a friend or as a daughter or as a mother doesn't mean you're a great partner. These are all different categories, and whereas some of them are intertwined and meshed together, doesn't mean you're great at all these things. And it's not that to say you can't learn to be better at all these things. It's just having a big heart doesn't equate to anything. I say this all the time. Love, love doesn't pay the bills. Excuse me, I don't know what's caught my throat. But it's like, we'll use Insecure as an example. What's the guy's name? Lawrence. He sat around while Issa worked because he was working on his dream. And I have nothing wrong with his working on his dream, but he didn't want to get a job. He didn't want to get a part-time job. I don't think he helped clean. He didn't cook. He didn't do anything. He didn't have anything he brought to the table while she worked. Now, her cheating is wrong, but it's practical in the sense that anybody could have came in and she probably would have just, the feeling of being appreciated could have snatched them away from Barnes. Now she should have just left and kicked them out, but you, as an adult, if you really love your partner, care about your partner, you should not be okay with just being laying around the house doing nothing to help. Or even if you just care about yourself enough, you should be able to have money in your pocket to do this and do that. You shouldn't want to depend on somebody else as a healthy, functional adult. It's bizarre that people are okay with that. So before you start putting up these posts, and just FYI, ladies, you put up posts saying that you're just this great person and you do all these great things and all this. There's like one or two or three things that happen. For one, people who know you're full of shit. You really aren't a great person, so they just ignore you. Like, not to say you're a bad person, but you're not as awesome as you think you are. Two, you got those manipulative men who will slide in and see that and just enable your habit even more to slide in, hit, and go about their day. Or three, you'll become just angry and bitter within yourself, trying to realize, hey, why does nobody want me? And then when you finally figure it out, all the good prospects are taken. So that's all I got to say about this weekend. Just reciprocating what you require, humbling, and accountability. This is Word of Mouth signing out. Subscribe, like to our channel. Peace.
Mm.